is the romantic struggles of a self-sufficient woman. So here's a disclaimer: if you go live with me, your followers and your friends will see you as going live. And my parents raised me to be very, very independent, to a fault sometimes. And it worked out to be in my favor growing up, because I was never the one that needed a bunch of friends. I never needed to be in a clique full of people. I was single for all of my high school years, which never really bothered me. But it kind of turned, I wouldn't say negatively, but it kind of turned into this thing of, I got really picky when it came to men. I got really picky with what I would deal with men and what I would tolerate. So my dating life became somewhat of a dry river of disappointment. I also am pretty stubborn when it comes to getting my way. I think the relationship kind of goes sour when they realize that I don't really need them as much as they think I should. You know, he's not coming into one of these old-fashioned scenarios where the only thing a woman could do to up her ante or up her social status in the society was to get married. Like, we're no longer in that day and age. So that leads me to the point where I'm like single now. And pretty picky, because now I'm 38 and I really need a man for what, you know? And I think a lot of the issue is, like I said, men are just geared that way to be providers. But it's 2019, and after getting all of our independence way back when, I don't think that is a really viable selling point anymore, if that makes sense. Now that doesn't mean I don't want you to have a job. That doesn't mean I don't want you to, have some ambition and have some wherewithal about yourself. It's just that just because you have all that does not mean you will get a lot of passes with me. Because one, you're supposed to have all that. And two, I have it too. The issue that comes up a lot in my relationships is, so what are we gonna do? Like, what are we striving for? And a lot of guys get intimidated when I have my life plan and I spill it out. If you ask me what I want to do with my life, I know. So if I ask you what you want to do with your life and you don't know, that's a problem. Because it's a little bit more than I want to go to work, I want to retire, I want to, be financially sound and stable. It's a little more than that. And is out in California. He is married to a wonderful woman who is also self-sufficient. And so it would be good if you can give us some feedback, Brent, on how you went about dating Brittany, and knowing that she was also a college-educated woman as well. You run into two types of men when you are able to do and care for yourself. You have those men who want to take care of you and they feel extremely intimidated by the fact that they can't really match what you do for yourself. And then you have the men who, how can I put this? You have the men who take advantage because you can do for yourself. And then you run into one of those things where they don't make as much as you do. And by no means am I saying I'm busting through another tax bracket or anything, because I'm not. But they don't make as much money as you do. So they feel a little bit in their feelings about the fact that you, I wouldn't say only need them for the sex, but a woman can see in a man almost instantly if they have a drive, ambition, a purpose in life. And that is very attractive, even if we can do it all for ourselves. Women want someone that can match their ambition, their drive. You don't have to match their finances. I think that's an unfair way to view things, but we do want you to match the drive. We do want you to match our ambition. If I'm trying to take over the world, I need you to want that too. Because at some point, you're going to be in my way if you're not. If you're not in this hustle for the long haul and trying to leave a legacy, especially if you have kids, Beth says a man has to have drive and ambition equal to that woman. Yes, it's not going to work any other way. It will not work any other way. If I'm out there hustling for 12, 16 hours a day and you just went and did the fries, you got to be able to sit passenger seat when I'm doing my thing too. If I'm going to sit there and let you drive sometimes, you got to be able to ride sometimes. The disconnect is men don't want to sit passenger seat in a relationship, especially if they're with a woman who is a little bit stronger willed than them, a little bit more tenacious and driven than they are. They do not feel right sitting passenger seat riding out the dream. I dated some guys who they've had so much ambition and so much drive, they've left me in the dust because I wasn't ready, you know. But you take it on the chin and it is what it is. Like Britt says, fellas sometimes have a hard time checking egos. You have to be able to be a passenger sometimes. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Fellas have a hard time checking that ego because they were brought up to be the strong one. You know, blame social media for the fall of modern day dating. Absolutely. Absolutely. For a lot of reasons. I don't think anybody meets people organically anymore. I think the art of dating has become extremely whack. Dude, Netflix and chill is not legit a thing. You know, it's literally dead because people want to get together, hook up immediately, and then now y'all go together. Like back in the day when my parents were dating, my dad caught a ride from Bogalusa, Louisiana, all the way down to Slidell just to see my mama. Caught a ride. And when his ride was ready to go, he had to go. So while he was down, he had to make the most of it. But now, they don't want to come out and see you till after midnight. People want microwave situationships. Absolutely. You will literally see people who showed up together, rode there together, sitting together like this. Girl, you saw that? Question is, are the women today like their mothers? Most of the brothers I know complain that women today don't know how to cater to men like our mothers did. That's a loaded question, and I'm gonna answer that right now, Brent. A lot of men do say that women today don't know how to cater to their men like our mothers did. And there's a couple of reasons why we don't do that. Because it is 2019 and not 1970. First of all, in 1973, you could have a job making 30 grand and I would already have a house, a car, a good retirement being built. I wasn't gonna have to work, that's for sure. So no, we're not catering to the men like our mothers used to because the men don't exist that existed back then. Now, brothers expect their mates to be like their moms, and I get that. However, to a certain degree. Now, if you expected me to do everything your mama do, you can go and sleep with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Back in those days, all women had was a hope chest and waiting for a husband. I don't have the time for that today because now I gotta go to work. And at the end of the day, after I do my 8, you want me to come home and cater to what? We getting home at the same time. Women were holding their virginity till marriage because it was the only card we had to play. So, but anyway, the men these days, they're not going to get me to cater to them like their mama. Because the reason why the men are how they are, I blame their mama. Okay? Like their mama. Because the reason why the men are how they are, I blame their mama. Okay? But it says, Jessica says, I met a white guy on OkCupid. Hard pass, I had 2 dates. What kind of vibe did you get? Oh no! Jessica says pink penis. Hey, I've heard stories of, exactly. Shan, tell her bye. I've heard some stories. Don't sleep on the almond brothers. Sometimes they surprise you. And sometimes you get the chocolateness and it's like, what the hell? I know some chocolate brothers who could, they can go sit down somewhere. But, and that's another thing though. I'm glad you, a naked mole rat. Jessica, you're on punishment. Go to the corner. But, that's another thing that guys are like, you and Shan go to the corner. I think successful women intimidate men so much that all they have to offer is some really great prison sex, And a lot of times that's what we want. So that was a hard pass? Did you wait until you saw it? And then you're like, this is not for me? Or did he piss you off early on in the date? Like, I want to know details, Jessica. Because I want to know if he set you off before you saw the mole rat, or was it the mole rat that made you say, nah? Oh, God. He whipped it out? So did y'all go eat? Y'all didn't go on a date? When did he? This is turning into something so not what I intended it to be. But, yeah, we want details, Jessica. We were on the beach on a picnic date. I mean, was it a vibe though? Because the beaches in California are pretty sexy. So was he just like, let's get it, sand and all? I don't know what it is with guys who think that the second exchange in conversation is, here's my penis. Dating is dead. And a lot of these so-called guys, they killed it. They beat it up, they skull drug it in the parking lot, and then they pulled the plug on his own life support. They made sure that dating was no longer going to be a thing. No longer. No.